clearly what we wanted. Not going to lie, now that I was in the truck, heading away from the ranch, it was starting to dawn on me how truly hard this was going to be. Finally, we got to Missoula and then the university. I had the address for my dorm, and Jake carried up all my stuff, mumbling I had brought too much. My scales were carefully packed in a box I kept in the back seat of the truck because I didn't want to risk their safety. It was the last thing to be carried up, which I could do myself. I set the box down next to me and waited for Jake to realize the same thing. It was done. I was here, and there was nothing left to do except say goodbye. I don't know how to do this, Ellie, so I won't. I nodded. I didn't know how to do this either. For the last 2 years, Jake had been the center of my existence, the cause of all my happiness and all my pain. The idea of saying goodbye to him was unacceptable, but inevitable too. You'll call? Check in? I nodded. He nodded back. I watched him get in his truck. I heard the engine start and realized this was happening. Jake? He rolled down the window with a look that said, this had better be good, because Jake was not a guy who liked dramatic farewells. We've got this, right? He nodded again, and I smiled. I watched as he pulled away, stayed there the whole time until his truck was out of sight. Then I picked up my scales, looked up at my new home, and got ready to start my new life. 3 weeks later. It was Sunday. I sat back on my bed in my dorm room and hit Jake's name on my cell. He answered on the first ring. Hey, I said. Hey back. How are things going? I took a deep breath. I want to come home. I think I made a mistake. He sighed. I knew he was going to sigh. I also knew what he was going to say next. Ellie, you just got there. I know, but Jake, this is so... I struggled for the word and finally landed on pointless. Another sigh. I thought you liked your roommate. I do. I did. Marianne was cool and we were starting to get to know each other, but it wasn't home with Jake. You said your business class was interesting. It is, but seriously, most of it is stuff I've already taught myself over the past 2 years. I miss the ranch. I miss Petunia. I missed him, but that didn't need to be said. You said you wanted to do this. You said you wanted to try this new experience. I know, I grumbled. You're homesick, Ellie. It will pass. I didn't think so, but I knew after only a few weeks he wouldn't let me drop out this soon. He would see it as quitting, and he would remind me I'm not a quitter. Fine, I'll stick it out. That's my girl. I smiled. Jake thought I was his girl. I gotta go. Isabella is acting up. I think she might have an infection in a tooth. See? I should totally be there for that. That's why I'm here, Ellie. You're where you need to be right now. Then I couldn't help it. I had to know. Don't you even miss me a little bit? God, I hated how pathetic that sounded. Another sigh. This is the right thing for you. His answer, or should I say his non-answer, didn't surprise me. The right thing blows. Call me next week? It was becoming our thing. Sunday night, 1 call per week. I wanted to call him every day, talk to him every day. But this seemed more measured, more controlled. As if Jake was a controlled substance I had to limit my use of in order to stay functioning. Yep. Tell Petunia I miss her and tell Isabella I hope she feels better. I'll get right on that. Bye. Night, Ellie. I was sitting in class the next day, listening.